Hey, what's up guys, Captain Jack here, and I have returned. I am currently back. Yes, it is true, I am here. Can you see me? Hello. No, I am back. It's been a while, around 8 months or so, something like that. I think last time I posted a video, I think it was when My Summer Car had just released, and I played that on like one of the day or a couple of days after release and disappeared, and lots of life stuff happened and things went on, and you know, the usual stuff, and didn't really have time to commit to this, so I decided to drop it because I just didn't really have the time for it. But I missed it a lot. I wanted to come back. I wanted to keep doing videos. I enjoyed doing this. It's a lot of fun to do stuff and entertain you guys and all the rest of it. I enjoy it thoroughly, so I wanted to come back. So I have, and I've done it to coincide with today being the release of Machine World 2, this epic game. I've been playing around for a little while on the game, just trying to figure a few things out, figure out how the machines work and that. It's a very early access game. It's like Construction Simulator in that you just build lots of different things and that, but it's less on rails. It's completely kind of open world in, well, sandbox I think would be the correct term, because you get given this huge island, and it's a massive island with all these like little islands sort of around it, connected and stuff, and it's all completely destructible terrain. So if I go and jump in a digger, I can just dig my way into this bit of dirt right here in front of me, or I could go and dig into that hillside. I could take that whole hillside down to like sea level if I wanted to, or I could tunnel through there and make a road network underground through tunnels. I could build a huge bridge that goes from one of the islands over to another one, or cuts across a bay or whatever. I've been playing around. I wanted to like learn a few things. There's some really great tips here. Torino there. I can't even say what they're called now. Torino Games, who make the dev of the game, who make it, they have a YouTube channel, and they've got loads of hints and tips and little videos on starter procedures, because these vehicles, they're not only are they beautifully modelled, these vehicles, and I'll show you some of the ones they offer at this early access stage. Not only are they beautifully modelled, but they've got quite a bit here. I mean, you've got heavy flatbed for big heavy vehicles, dump trailers, boats, trucks, little off-roaders, smaller boats. You've got a sky crane helicopter. Yes, that's right, and it does work. It lifts things. More trailers, mobile crane, big excavator, bulldozer. We've got utility truck, dump truck, thing like that. A multi-role chopper does personnel movement and some light lifting, I think. The medium transport vessel is another boat to move stuff around. Quad bike. You've got your sports chopper, so you can zoom around just looking at stuff. And then you've got your wheel loader, which currently is locked because they want to do a few final touches to it, and then they're going to unlock it. But basically, this game is these vehicles are modelled beautifully, and they have full starter procedures. So if you jump into a chopper, you've got to turn on like your APU, your battery, your fuel lines, and almost as detailed as it is in things like Flight Simulator. It's pretty crazy, and it's the same with the boats. I mean, that boat out there that you can see, that's the delivery boat. One of the features of the game is if you go to like one of these vehicles, wrong place, you can click on a vehicle and you can click order, or you can spawn instantly. Spawn instantly just drops it out into the world in front of you. Order is what you do if you were playing more of like the career mode, which there isn't one yet. I'll get onto that in a minute. And you'd order it, and then that boat out there would bring it up to a point on the shore and would deliver it to you. Does it with parts, does it with all the vehicles. Only issue is that currently the boat for me isn't working. And like I said, this is very early access, released today, and they've been developing it for 3 years, which is, they've basically built all this in that time, put some light polish on it and released it. But there's so much more to come. There's going to be constant updates, even more if you get into the beta tab, which you can do through the Steam game section. They're going to be releasing even more stuff through that, which is less stable but more frequent, or you can just stick with normal, which they're going to be releasing every week or every other week. They're going to be releasing updates. So it's going to have a lot of cool stuff coming, a lot of fixes. The dev is really on top of their game. Now that it's gone into release, they're going to take a couple of days to just relax and let the, try and get over it, all the stress and stuff of building this thing for the last 3 years, and then after a couple of days they're going to get straight into building all new stuff. But I mean, yeah, there's this game, it's incredibly well built, but at the moment the ship that brings stuff to the shore for me isn't working. When I order it, it doesn't move, it just stays there. So that's kind of broken, but luckily, as I said, you can just spawn stuff right in front of you. That there is a fuel depot, which is one of the prefab things. There's these blueprints which you can either order in parts that you then have to construct slowly using cranes to put them all together and what have you, or you can just have them auto build and then just place in front of you like a prefab placement thing. These are currently all free because there's not really a mission mode. The missions list is basically a few little tutorials to get you through stuff. Other than that, there isn't really a proper like mission career mode type thing, as it were. You basically just have fun, and considering how much you can actually do with this, fun is definitely the word. It's insane, and they're going to be bringing out things like workshop support, Steam workshop support, so that you can build your own prefabs or vehicles or whatever, I assume, worlds, and save them, and other people can download them to use. They're also going to be working on multiplayer, which should be coming soon. They've put in all of the kind of stuff to support multiplayer. They just haven't finished building the multiplayer sort of component part, which they're going to be working on. But obviously they want to get a few main things done first, a few more bits in the game before they start thinking about that. But it is there, it's ready to roll, they just need to do a few more bits to it. And yeah, you just basically, sky's the limit with this. Literally, sky is the limit. You just keep building, build whatever you want, turn this whole thing into one massive metropolis with bridges. And I could build a bridge from here over the bay to that island there. An actual proper full-size working bridge with a road network. Tunnels as well, going like when it gets onto land here, it could go under the ground into a tunnel. Whatever you want. Build a huge harbour here. And I could build up on top of this mountain up here. Look, I could build right up on top of one of these peaks and use this chopper to ferry all the parts up there. And the actual construction itself as well. It's incredible. So, I'm kind of getting lost in my own amazement here. It's a little bit like, it's a bit finicky in places, like it's not all completely understandable. Sometimes you've got to really click hard to get something to register. You've got this PDA if you press M, which allows you to do some things, like this is parts manipulation. So you've got information here which is just messages, and then you've got the map. You've got parts. This is manipulation, so you can move things very casually, very gently, make small minute movements. So like if I was to use the chopper to take something up the top of that hill, I could then go up the top, like get out of the chopper, land up, then get out of the chopper, look at that part and connect to it, and then very slightly maneuver that part into the place where I want it. You've got your parts list, you've got position, so you know exactly where all the parts are, and then on here, this is the controls for that boat that I was talking about that brings stuff to shore. Once you've ordered something, you click down here and that locks the location of where you are. And then you click this, which orders the boat to come to you. So then it would, it would tell you, let's say I've got 14 parts and one vehicle on the boat at the moment. You'd click this and it would slowly try and make its way over to you, but mine doesn't for some reason. It's broken. I don't know why, it just is. So you've got controls, you've got things like that. And then you've got your general build system, but it is a bit finicky in place. It doesn't always feel right. I've been playing with a controller. Great controller support. It feels much nicer with a controller. It really feels like it works. Everything's much smoother. So I would definitely suggest playing with a controller. I've got Xbox One controller, which I plugged in with the plug and play or play and charge, depending on what you call it, kit. And yeah, that's good fun. Yeah, I can't actually wait for multiplayer when you actually be able to have a lift operator in the back, and they can take over all the lifting while you just do the old while you worry about flying. Otherwise, you kind of have to do it all yourself, which could be a pain. But I think this has an auto hover. I can't remember. I'm not entirely sure. Let's shut that door. Now, you see, one of those menu options was Cloud Crane Startup. Start mission. Right, so, as always, remember you can zoom in by pressing mouse 3. Yeah, I've set that up myself. It's not always mouse 3. Okay. So, locate the master battery switch. Low panel, switch on. So, master battery, on. I guess it's a bit slow at working its way through. Yeah, I've done that. Okay. Now what? Yep, battery's on. What next? See, this is what I mean. Sometimes it can be a bit finicky. It's like it doesn't quite understand that I've done that thing. It doesn't get it. So I just click around a little bit, and like I said, it's very, very early access. It has so much potential. I mean, if you wanted to like not play it and come back to it in like a year, that's fine. But I mean, there is a lot of potential. Have I actually not done that or something? Wrong button. Hey, where's my... Oh, there it is, right. Master battery. On. That definitely says master battery. And on looks to be the up position. I don't know. Okay, well, we'll figure that out. Anyway, this is supposed to just be a quick video on the game, how it works, how some of the systems work, what it looks like, and my personal views, which are pretty positive, to be honest. It feels like a brilliant game that's just going to get better. There is a lot of vehicles. Each of them have, as I said before, pretty awesome startup procedures, different modes and different styles. I mean, it's very well thought. Some of this stuff is quite technically complex. It's not your basic average game, but it is brilliant fun. And look, this is what I mean about deformability. See, I've been digging some holes down here. I put out a random piece of concrete because I didn't quite understand how the fine adjustment system worked just yet, so I kind of randomly chucked that down there. And then I was just digging holes in the earth. But one of the cool things, you can dig a hole here. I was digging out all this earth, and I was putting it along the water line to try and get a flat edge between that and this piece of concrete. And you can do that. So I was dumping earth into the water, and it actually builds up. So you can reclaim land, basically, which is a pretty epic thing. It doesn't just disappear when it hits the water. But I mean, other than that, if you want to start like building houses, building mansions, building awesome cool stuff, it's a bit of a process. I mean, it takes a bit of time because it's such a long thought out game, because all the vehicles have startup procedures, and because everything is so fine controlled. It'll take you a while to build something, but you'll be able to build some amazing things. Fine precision movements and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty epic. Right, let's spawn a vehicle out instead of just wandering about talking to myself. Let's go vehicles. Let's go... that's an excavator. Let's take the mobile crane out. So let's go spawn instantly, because, as I said, the boat isn't working. So if I was to come to this thing, let's drive it over somewhere flat. So even getting in and out of the vehicles is a complicated process. There's no just quick jumping in and out. Close that. Start you up. Somewhere around here there should be some lights. There we go. Parking brake, flashing roof light thing. I've got a camera, which is pretty handy. Oh, that's really zoomed in. Okay, so yeah. I'm not sure if there is a third-person camera. I had a look around, couldn't seem to see a button for it. There probably is one, I just haven't found it yet. Whoa, the controls are definitely a bit odd. I mean, there's a bit of fine adjustment in the controls to be made. I think there's definitely some tightening up of things that needs to be done. It's certainly not close to being at the top of its game. But I definitely think it's getting there. As I said before, it's got great potential. Right, let's park up here. Let's put the parking brake on. If we can do that. Apparently not. I think that steering wheel's getting in the way. That's annoying. Wow, that's blindingly bright. Okay, well, we'll just leave that for a minute. Let's jump out. Because, of course, you don't use the crane part from in the front. Close that door. See, I can also control this manually with my PDA, which is one of the cool things. So we bring that up. We go here and wireless control, crane. So I assume that this is how it works. I don't know though. No, it doesn't seem to. Okay, yeah, I think maybe my wireless device my PDA is slightly broken. Because it doesn't seem to be working completely well at the moment. But we'll just go and jump in the cab. There it is. Sometimes it can be a bit finicky getting in the vehicles too. And we'll jump in here. Close that door really. So, I assume... There we go, that turns that on. We've got lights, interior, external roof, boom. Let's put all the lights on because it's dark after all. So you've got rotate load, you've got attach detach load, attach detach hook. You've got align mode. Oh, there we go. So we lift this up. And then we go over there. I'm not entirely sure how the boom extends actually. Not a clue. Attach detach hook, attach detach load. So we want a hook definitely. How do we do the extension of the... okay, I got it. Okay, so we've got right and left bumpers and right and left triggers. I just want to see if I can pick up this piece of concrete on the floor, which we should be able to pick up. At least I would have assumed so. Did that attach? No, it didn't. But I don't know if exactly that's how it's supposed to anyway. Oh, hang on. something going on that little camera. It's showing me like, I don't know, like, yeah, like little connection points. So I can attach now. Okay, am I attached? No, I'm not. Okay, so that's basically going to take a bit of figuring out. That's fine. This whole game is a bit of figuring out. I mean, there are some good tutorials, and it does teach you how to do certain things. And if we look in here, and we go to help, you've got help tutorials on a lot of the different vehicles. That you've got the transport ship, you've got using switches, you've got excavator basics, precise construction, basic construction, entering and exiting vehicles. You've got it all. It tells you how to do it, and then on top of that, you've also got the what's it called? What they're currently calling missions, which are these, telling you how to get in. See, that hasn't figured out that I have actually done that. See how it's loading? Let's pause that. Let's reset that mission. Yeah, see, sometimes it's a bit finicky. Doesn't want to reset the mission now. So there's that. Mobile crane basics, that's another mission you can do. That'll teach you how to use the crane I'm in. There's a lot to be done. It tells you how to do it all. Like I said, I think this is like the day one release, so I think there's a few little bugs. By tomorrow it could be working fine. I'm gonna be hitting this game as much as I can, as often as I can, and just having fun with it, basically. Hoping that some fixes come out so that some of the little things are working again, and yeah, we'll go from there. But keep an eye out for it, keep an eye out for me. Hopefully I'm back for a while now. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm back for good, back forever, because I don't know. Life may throw up a few more things at me, but as far as I can see, I'm back for now. This is just a little taster of all the awesome things that Machine World 2 has to offer, and after they do a couple of little fixes, I'm going to come back to it. And yeah, just look out for me having some more videos soon. And those of you that have stuck around and waited for me to come back, thank you. Those of you that have just found me, go watch some of my old stuff. Some of it's funny, some of it isn't. But I do try. Hopefully you are entertained. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'll see you all very soon, we hope. Take care and bye-bye.